Words of the Spirit 11:5-24. Careless or careful. I speak unto you this day, and I say that these are times when most people are living in careless ease, without respect for anything or anybody, because they have given way to demons. I do not want people in such conditions, but they, by their careless ease and non-concern, end up in captivity because they choose the way whereby demons entice and enchant them. I do not want people to end in such places, yet they are there because they are in opposition to my intention for them, and by their choices they are made miserable. Then they find their pleasure in debauchery, accusation, and complaining. By their actions and their words they increase their misery, and their captivity is self-inflicted. Those who are respectful and careful in the choices they make each day will honor me as the one they love and want to please always. I do not want the ones who are mine to be estranged from me and going in the way of fools. Rather, I want them to keep careful and mindful of my will above their own. It is intended that my people make careful choices and by the same are made confident in the way that my Spirit leads them, so they can indeed be knowing of a surety the safety and security I provide. If you stop and consider how many there are who forsake the way of hope, and by their choices for careless ease they have chosen the way of hopelessness and grow discouraged and depressed as demons cover them. The end of those who have and are giving themselves over to the control of demons is continual despair. Then they are unable to be uplifted and rejoicing because they have been so careless in their choices. This nation and other nations of the world have failed to realize that they are needy of my covering, and because of such they are under confusion, civil unrest, and even chaos. I see them, and I send to them my prophets and my messengers, calling them to repent. However, when the wicked are in rule, they are full of hostility towards any and all who are proclaiming the need to return to righteousness. Inasmuch as they are fully abandoned to evil, they choose to go down into the mire of filthiness and get covered by the sin diseases rather than repent and return to righteousness. I do not want people to be living in such places, for the same will cause nothing but trouble in these times of turmoil, terror, and trauma. It is my intention that people would come under the covering that I offer to them and rejoice for the mercies that I alone do provide. The more that people refuse my way, the more they will be made miserable and unable to cope with the hopelessness they have put themselves in by their bad choices. Then such ones will resort to the solutions demons provide them, and those solutions will end them in the vicious cycle of addiction and sin diseases. It is indeed a tragedy that such things as these are so commonplace. When I have sent to them warning after warning, and they having ears refuse to hear. Likewise they have eyes, but they refuse to see, for they prefer to be led by blind guides and end in the ditches of despair. Be thankful this day that you can be careful in the choices that you make each day by avoiding the temptations that demons offer to you, and going down under the corruption and criminality that are so commonplace. Do not be easily led astray and taken into captivity by the demons. The more that you realistically face the facts as they are, the more you will be able to cope with the chaos that the wicked want. While the present times are crazy, know that the wicked love it to be so, for in such they cause people to self-destruct and therefore add to the devil's death toll. However, those who will run into me will be kept in the high tower of safety that I provide. I do not want you to be caught up in corruption, confusion, and craziness. I want you to come forth knowing that I alone am the one who does care for you, and I will bring you forth by a plain path and give you what you have need of. The important thing is that you stay under the mind of my Spirit, as you are careful to choose the Spirit mind as your covering each day. Do not imagine that there are ways that you can be your own protection. There are many who, because of pride, imagine they will be kept. Do not take on pride as your shield. Rather, take on the humility that I want my people to walk in. The mind of my Spirit will guide you in humility and give to you all that you need to be provided for. Therefore, be thankful that I will show you how much I really care for you as you are being given multiplied mercies each and every day. Do not choose to live in estrangement from me when you can indeed be partaking of me time and again. It is my intention that you would know what it is to be kept in the ark of safety, as the floodwaters of sin are taking many into the sea of iniquity. Give me thanks and praise that as you are respectful towards me and careful to be under the mind of my Spirit, that you will be given mercy, not misery. I desire that as you are partaking of mercy and miracles, that you will clearly see that the way that I provide is the way that will keep you in righteousness. The careless will make foolish choices because they want sin and debauchery. The wise will make careful choices and enabled to be warriors for righteousness and proclaim the way of my truth. Those who hear and obey will be able to walk in my way and be courageous to follow my way.